The time vault of Petra. Under the scorching desert sun, the rose-red cliffs of Petra glowed like embers. This ancient city, carved directly from stone, was a marvel on its own. But the renowned explorer Arin Cade wasn't here for the sights. He was chasing a legend, a secret whispered in forgotten scrolls, the Time Vault. Most scholars dismissed it as a myth, a fanciful tale of a chamber that held not gold or jewels, but moments of history itself, safeguarding the past from being erased. But where others saw myth, Arin saw a trail. He had learned to listen to the echoes of legend, and they had led him here, to the heart of the lost city. Leaving the well-trodden tourist paths behind, Arin ventured into a narrow, secluded canyon. The air here was still silent. Along the stone walls, he found faint, unfamiliar symbol circles etched within circles, carved with a precision that seemed almost impossible. He traced them with his fingers, feeling the hum of ancient energy. He knew he was close. Arin waited, his gaze fixed on the carvings as the sun climbed its fiery arc across the sky. At its zenith, the moment the light was most pure, a beam struck the symbols perfectly. A low grinding sound echoed through the canyon as the solid rock wall began to shift, revealing a hidden doorway and steps that descended into absolute darkness. Without hesitation, Arin switched on his lantern and stepped into the unknown. The narrow passage opened into a breathtaking, cavernous chamber. Arin had explored tombs and temples across the globe, but he had never seen anything like this. Stone columns, vast and silent, rose to a ceiling lost in shadow. Their surfaces were etched with intricate scenes from every era of history-nomadic caravans crossing endless deserts. Magnificent cities rising only to crumble into dust, and the slow, celestial dance of stars shifting across millennia. A soft, golden light filled the immense space, seeming to emanate from the very stone itself. There was no visible source, no torch or opening, just a warm, timeless glow. At the chamber's heart stood a massive stone dial, a testament to forgotten science. It wasn't marked with numbers, but with elegant symbols representing dawn and dusk, growth and decay, life and rest. This was the Hall of Hours, the antechamber to the Time Vault. As Arin stepped forward, the air around him began to hum with a strange, resonant frequency. The shadows on the walls stirred, no longer static carvings, but living memories. They began to move, replaying silent, ghostly moments from the past, a king's coronation, a philosopher's lecture, a child's first steps. Arin watched, captivated, as history flowed around him like a silent river. He was standing in a place where time itself was a tangible force. From the central dial, a stone bridge stretched out across a chasm so deep, his lantern light couldn't find the bottom. The path to the Time Vault lay ahead. But as Arin took his first step onto the bridge, the stones beneath his feet trembled and began to rearrange themselves. The path started to break apart, gaps opening over the terrifying void. In a moment of panic, he rushed forward, trying to outrun the collapse, but his haste only made it worse. With every quick movement, more stones fell away, tumbling into the darkness. He froze, his heart pounding. And then he noticed something incredible. When he stood perfectly still, the fallen stones slowly reformed, returning to their places, restoring the bridge. The trial was not one of speed or agility, but of patience. The vault would only allow passage to those who could quiet their minds and move in harmony with its rhythm. Arin took a deep, calming breath. He let go of his urgency and took one slow, deliberate step. The bridge held. Another step, just as calm, just as measured. The path remained solid. He crossed the chasm, one step at a time, his breathing steady, his mind focused. As he reached the other side, the entire chamber seemed to exhale with him, glowing brighter in acknowledgement of his success. He had passed the trial of patience and proven himself worthy to proceed. On the far side of the chasm, the very ground began to stir. Sand and stone swirled together, rising from the floor like a dust devil, coalescing into a towering, majestic figure. Its form was humanoid, but crafted from the rock of Petra itself, and its eyes shimmered like distant, turning stars. This was the guardian of time. Its voice was not a sound, but a vibration that echoed directly in Arin's mindsoft. It filled with the power of ages. "Why do you seek what cannot be changed?" the guardian asked, its stellar eyes piercing Arin's soul. Arin met its gaze without fear. "I don't come to change the past," he answered, his voice steady. "I come to protect it." In response, the guardian filled his mind with visions. He saw libraries burning, their knowledge turning to smoke and ash. He witnessed entire cultures being rewritten, their histories erased by conquerors. He felt the profound sorrow of stories and memories lost forever, leaving gaping holes in the fabric of humanity. "Time must flow," the guardian's voice resonated. "But memory," it continued, its tone shifting with understanding, "memory must remain." The colossal figure then did something Arin hadn't expected. It stepped aside, revealing what it had been protecting. There, floating weightlessly above a stone pedestal, was a crystal hourglass. Within it, time did not flow, but swirled in a beautiful, luminous nebula. This was the chronocore, an artifact with the power to preserve moments for eternity. As Arin reached for the core, a deep tremor shook the chamber. The great stone dial at the center began to spin wildly, its symbols blurring into a single frantic circle. Cracks snaked across the towering columns and along the floor. The Hall of Hours was collapsing. A terrible realization dawned on him. The chronocore was not just the vault's treasure, it was its heart. The entire structure was powered by its temporal energy. To remove it would be to destroy this sacred place and everything it protected. The choice was clear. This wasn't a test of worthiness, but of wisdom. Instead of taking the core, Arin turned back to the chaotic dial. Placing his hands on the cool stone, he pushed against its frantic spin, his muscles straining. He gently, carefully, realigned the symbols, working to restore the delicate balance of the chamber. Slowly, the spinning eased, the tremors subsided, and the cracks began to seal themselves. The chamber grew quiet once more. The hourglass dimmed slightly, its swirling light now calm and stable. The guardian watched him, its starry eyes filled with a look of profound approval. He had made the right choice. To protect history, he had to leave its greatest treasure behind. With a slow, deliberate movement, the guardian raised its stone hands. All around them, the chamber began to seal itself. Great stone doors, hidden for millennia, slid shut with a final booming echo. The golden light faded as the entrance to the Hall of Hours was hidden from the world once more. Arin retraced his steps, walking back through the silent passage and up the stone steps. As he emerged into the blinding desert sun, the hidden entrance vanished behind him, leaving only a smooth, unbroken wall of rock. To any other observer, Petra stood unchanged. But Arin knew it was now safer than ever, its greatest secret once again secure. That evening, as a blanket of stars emerged over the desert, Arin sat and wrote in his journal. "Some treasures aren't meant to be taken," he wrote, the lantern light flickering on the page. "Time doesn't need guardians to control it, only those willing to remember it." Desert wind whispered through the canyons of Petra, carrying with it the silent, layered voices of countless generations, a history now preserved forever. As a new dawn touched Petra's stone with liquid gold, Arin folded his map. His gaze fell upon a new mark he had made, a symbol shaped like a star hovering over water. A different legend was waiting on a distant shore. Another chapter of history was calling out to be protected. And Arin Cade, explorer and protector of the past, answered, "The adventure continues." Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures.